Welcome everybody to Clash in Paris review. Call it Paris or Paris? I don't know. It's called Clash in Paris. Whatever. Clash in Paris, Clash in Paris review. Man, this show was better than Forbidden Door in ways that not that many people might cope to understand. You see that reference right there? Cope. I hope you get that. It was better than Forbidden Door. It had more emotion than Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door's majority of the show was really, not. It was really, what should I say about that? It was really carried by the crowd. Imagine that shit happening all in Texas or whatever. The crowd would have given two fucks about that. But nonetheless, Forbidden Door was a good show for what it was worth. However, we're here to talk about the best show of August in Clash in Paris. First of all, incredible stage. Amazing looking stage. Could not do a better job. The Van Gogh, background at the back, and you had obviously the Eiffel Tower in the middle. Couldn't get any better. It's Clash in Paris. Makes more sense. The show, personally to me, it was a great show, I would say. We got something crazy on the show. Crazy enough that a lot of people didn't even think about this. There was possibility. Because, we had our own predictions on starting up at WrestleMania 41 or back then that people had everybody had their own predictions about how the shows are going to be done. Whatever, not the shows, my bad. How's the Vision gonna be booked? They weren't even the Vision at that time. They were whatever. They were the fucking Seth Riders. They were not the Vision. I don't know what the hell they call them back then. How they will be booked? This new faction. How will they be booked? And everybody had the thing to say. Add Becky Lynch into this. The Paul Heyman girl. Dangerous Alliance. Medusa vibes or whatever. Make it the Dangerous Alliance 2.0 with Becky Lynch. First ever, not the first ever Paul Heyman girl. Second Paul Heyman girl. Number one was Medusa, obviously. So I guess they didn't go for that, obviously. Give you that right there. They didn't go for, that at first. But then, so this idea, people weren't even thinking about it. So there were a lot of people who didn't even think about this, that Becky Lynch was gonna attack Punk, and it worked really well. It was a great moment. I would have done it differently. I would have I'm kind of tired of this whole getting underneath the ring, wearing the black, complete, leathered up. Just come out, stand behind Punk, and screw him over. When he's about to hit the GTS on her man, kick him in the dick. That's it. That's even more of a kick in the dick. That's the most screwable moment. A low blow is fine. A low blow is great. I'm not a big. I'm more of a kick in the dick guy. That might be a weird thing to say, but hey, I prefer that in a wrestling angle, whatever they're trying to tell. Definitely. But, okay, nonetheless, I would have preferred that, but that's how I would have done it. But still, it was a great moment. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins really kissing like they were leading edge. The reference what I'm talking about. Imagine them doing a fucking live sex celebration on Raw. The highest rated episode in Monday Night Raw history. Ever. that live sex celebration. Man, the shows on Monday nights suck right now, so they're boring as fuck. This could bring a little excitement. I won't be like going crazy and upset about this. I'm not, fucking saying this. I'm kidding, but I mean, the shows are already so fucking boring and safe and just nothing unpredictable and nothing, it's all so safe. Maybe it should be a bit harder. Maybe it should be a bit unsafe and unpredictable. Like this. Them fucking, I don't know, making out or whatever the fuck they're doing, or a live sex celebration. I wouldn't mind that. Or a segment like that. I wouldn't want some raunchy, raw television, that raunchy, raw television. I wouldn't mind them to be on Netflix and do Netflix and chill. When you're on Netflix, you have the right to do Netflix and chill. It works. It's here on Netflix. Okay, I'm gonna cut the fucking joke part. Anyway, it's a great moment, for what it's worth. Hopefully this faction's booked better moving forwards. Definitely you want to tune into Raw. I would say Triple H is like, go fuck yourselves. People like me, who are people who are actually, absolutely not liking the product right now, and who are shitting on the product directly. It's like, go fuck yourselves. This go fuck yourselves moment. I've booked a great show. Now go shut up. This was a moment that now I have got your attention. Please tune into Raw. Please tune into my show. Don't complain now, bro. If it's good, I will not complain. If it's bad, I might rant. I don't want to complain. If there's nothing to complain, I'm gonna fucking rant about it. I'm gonna fucking take it out because when you shit, it's shit. You are not. You think you being no longer being Vince McMahon. But Tony Khan, Triple H, they think they're immune to criticism. Bro, you're not. But Tony can't take criticism, as we know. We absolutely know Tony can't take criticism. Tony Khan's infamous name was dropped in a Chris Van Vliet interview with Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, for a lot of WWE fans out there. And Tony legit, was mentioned. He literally said, go fuck Tony Khan. And he said he can't take criticism. I mean, the words I'm saying right now, I already know he can't take criticism. We're not here to talk about Tony Khan, we're here to talk about Paul Levesque, but both of these men can't take criticism. One tells you to shut the fuck up and watch the show. One will not even look at the criticism. Or if they look at it, they'll disagree with you. They will get so upset at you. They will disagree with you. They will tweet at you, and they will, as being a fucking mark. Like you're a fucking sicko. You're part of this fucking cesspool in Twitter, Tony. You're a billionaire boss, and this is what the fuck you're doing. Or Triple H, who goes on, Peter Rosenberg, when he interviewed him on the WWE. On WWE's YouTube channel, and he says, I just wish I could say to the people, shut the fuck up and watch the show. Bro, you don't get to say that. You put up a great show, we'll shut the fuck up and we'll appreciate it. We'll give you your thumbs up. We'll praise you. You put up a bad show, we won't. So let's get that out of the way. Overall, I will say, and then obviously, on my own critiques about some other stuff on the show. What would I say about this show that, to me, wasn't top-notch, really? Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. I have made my own piece about this. Nikki Bella is not a great pro wrestler. She's not even a good pro wrestler. Trish Stratus is a good pro wrestler. And then you got Lita, who I think is almost a great pro wrestler. That's how I believe. Nikki Bella has never been a great pro wrestler. You gotta pay attention. People who don't understand what my point's coming here from now. you gotta pay attention to the timeline Nikki Bella was really a thing. And how we know what she was. And in those times, we didn't have any women who were better than apparently her. Let's go back to those times, huh? I don't want to, but we gotta revisit and tell people, because those people apparently weren't watching at that time, or if they were watching, they were fucking children or whatever. And I guess, I don't know. You know, it doesn't matter. We're not here to say, hey, you were kids while you were watching Nikki Bella. I don't give a fuck. There could be a Bella army. I could give two fucks about that. Just watch one of her matches from 2008 when she debuted in the company on SmackDown, whatever. I think it was on SmackDown. And then, in 2012, I'm just talking about these years when AJ Lee was not the the top 10 talent that she ended up becoming. Look back into that. Look back into those times of Nikki Bella. Just fucking, and then obviously her whole awful feud with Brie Bella, which was just so stupid. And what happened? It didn't lead to Brie Bella winning a world championship. Brie Bella cucked to her own sister. What in the fuck? This storyline means any sense of it, bro. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Nikki Bella, as a heel, was annoying, okay? I don't give a fuck. Not worth watching. Bro, Nikki Bella, she can go on her fucking Bella, whatever the fucking porch, Bella Porch. But she can go on fucking all her podcasts and say whatever the fuck she wants. Bella Army, and I mean, people are always haters and whatever. No, we don't fucking hate you, Nikki Garcia. We hate Nikki Bella. Oh, we don't like Nikki Bella. Why don't we like Nikki Bella? Because you are just a pretty face. Maxine is a better and more entertaining than you are. Maxine is a better pro wrestler than you are. You're not a better pro wrestler than Maxine Dupree. You're not. You're a fucking pretty face. Women are showing off their asses a lot in WWE right now, so good for, you're one of them now. That's it. But those women who show off their beauty and their their asses or whatever, or they shake their ass or show off their asses, they can really back it up in ring, and they can really be the best in-ring worker. Think of an example. I'm gonna give somebody an example here. Think of Rhea Ripley right there. Rhea Ripley is a fucking hot woman. I mean, once there was she literally put a story on somebody who nutted on his phone. He nutted on a Rhea Ripley picture on his phone. And then I don't know how it got viral, but she put it on her story. Everybody was going fucking insane, bro. But again, Rhea Ripley can really back it up in the ring. She's fucking great. She knows how to really wrestle. She is a great in-ring worker. She is an attractive woman, a hot emo girl, whatever the fuck you want to call her, metal hot punk girl. But how her stink face got fucking viral. But again, she has charisma more than Nikki Bella. She is more better on the mic than Nikki Bella. She sounds more cooler than Nikki Bella. She sounds more violent than Nikki Bella. She sounds more dangerous than Nikki Bella. She could snap Nikki Bella in a fucking second if she wanted to. A twig. Nikki Bella's a twig. She would snap her in half. And she's a great fucking in-ring worker. Liv Morgan, again, a fucking great in-ring worker. Has the look. Really showed off her look a lot. In the last year for sure. A year ago, whatever. But she can really back it up in the ring as well. So to my point exactly, it's great to have a great look, but when you can't fucking wrestle, when you can't wrestle the part, when you can't fucking go in the ring and wrestle and just do that, because now you're not in the era where you were surrounded by Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who put you in a position with other talentless women. And so because you were great and people think you are great, no, you weren't great. The women's division back then was just trash, basically. It was worse than it was in the Ruthless Aggression era, basically. You weren't great. They were still being treated as fucking jokes. The whole fucking, swimsuits, not swimsuits, like 214 or whatever the rating that was. PG, we're talking here, the fucking, however these matches, how they were booked. Michelle McCool said our punches, however, whatever the thing was, it's absolutely ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely deplorable and ridiculous to even fucking compare. I think nothing beats, in my opinion, personal opinion here, I don't think you gotta take it seriously here, but I don't think anything beats the worst women's division ever in WWE history as probably the 2008 to 2012. That women's division is just god awful, bro. Absolutely nothing but pretty faces, just divas, and those divas were not even showing off their asses in the first place. So let's get that fucking out of there, okay? They weren't even showing off their cheeks. They weren't even showing off their beauty. And they were showing off their beauty, but they weren't showing off any, like, there were no any expose or something going on or something. Not wearing lingerie or whatever the fuck. I don't know. They weren't doing the stuff like what Vince was doing with Candice Michelle. That was not happening. That might have happened with a fucking kiss with Dolph Ziggler or whatever the fuck that was. On NXT maybe once. I don't know. But that era is probably the worst women's wrestling era in WWE history ever. And Nikki Bella's part of that era. The only, fucking saving grace on that show was Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix felt like a legit world champion. Beth Phoenix felt like a badass. Beth Phoenix felt like the cool person. She didn't feel like a pretty face like all other fucking women felt like. Hell, even Mickie James. Everybody finding that fucking Mickie James being so hot or whatever. And the whole Trish Stratus and how Mickie was crazy about Trish. And the kissing Trish. Yes, you had Mickie James. She was also... her comments kind of bite her in the ass. She's not even an LFG anymore. Forget about that. Mickie James, but she could wrestle. And she can wrestle the part too. She had a great match with Jordynne Grace. At TNA Hard to Kill in 2023. She had a great match with Jordynne Grace on that show. Tells to you that you need to shut up sometimes. You need to understand not everybody is that bad, first of all, okay? But Nikki Bella, she is. She has not wrestled. She doesn't wrestle. They put her in the fucking Hall of Fame of all places, which is so much stupid. That Hall of Fame, or the Hall of Fame is absolutely ridiculous. The Bellas have been in the Hall of Fame 5 years almost now. Nikki Bella is not gonna be... Trish Stratus and Lita, yeah, those were pioneers, and I absolutely think, because they had the best fucking match. Nikki Bella, no, never, and never she could dream of having that fucking match. And the boost she deserves from the crowd is what she deserves, because what the fuck are you thinking coming back to WWE, this new WWE, this WWE Women's Division that's even more better than it was 9 years ago? even it really changed for the better then. It's just really changed for the better now. What were you thinking coming in to this division, and were you not expecting to get booed? Get the fuck out of here. You are passable in ring, Nikki Bella. You're passable in ring. I have no problem with the person, Nikki Garcia. People have this idea that you hate it's unnecessary hatred, but this is not unnecessary hatred. This is absolute rightful critique and how it's felt to be. The moment she made her entrance on that 8-man tag, whatever she had on Raw, I felt it off. I was like, fuck it, she doesn't even belong in this. Bro, she feels so out of place. This is not your fucking era. It ain't your era. You're not part of the women's division now. You are no longer. Please go fucking do something else. Please make a Royal Rumble appearance. I'll be fine by that. I don't care, really. You want to do some other match? Do that. Please do not be part of the main event storylines and stuff, because you're not worth it. You're not, because the matches are not great now. You have given Becky Lynch a stinker with her fucking reign so far. And that's thanks to you. So this is my piece about Nikki Bella. She is passable at best, borderline okay. She is a meh pro wrestler, a bad pro wrestler. She's a bad pro wrestler, absolutely. I agree with that. She's a bad pro wrestler. Trish Stratus and Lita are great pro wrestlers. I've said it. I think Trish is good. Lita's a great pro wrestler. But Nikki Bella's not on their level, even. So that is something to, I get it. But you had a chance to do that. You chose not to do that. You expected you were not going to be that. You had a chance to do that. When you saw Charlotte coming in, you could have maybe changed up your act, changed up your gimmick, but you came back with the whole fucking fearless gimmick, and you think that shit works now. Bitch, that shit don't work. That shit doesn't work. You have Stephanie Vaquer doing out there fucking pulling on the best technical wrestling masterpiece matches ever, and fucking having Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria having the most Bryan Danielson match ever on Backlash this year. What the fuck do you think? Who the fuck are you to come in this women's division and think that you're gonna fucking create a banger? But you can't. Get the fuck out, please. You want to do something, do it with some Maxine Dupree, Chelsea Green. I don't give a fuck. I hope you put over Chelsea Green because she fucking deserves it. Do a program with her. I wouldn't be mad about that. Do it on SmackDown. I think that would be perfect. Get the fuck off Raw. Bro, Nikki Bella is absolutely a fucking joke. Not to take seriously anymore. I'm not going to take her seriously. The fact that Becky had to roll her up and pin her is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, why the fuck can she not just take a manhandle slam? Or why can she not tap? But is Triple H fucking clueless? Bro, it's about quality over just pretty faces, okay? It's about quality over pretty faces right now. Bro, listen. There are a lot of pretty faces we got. And Nikki Bella even not even that pretty face anymore that she used to be. Because that's how Vince put her in that position. I mean, everybody who fucking says shit about Nikki Bella, whatever, they're not right. They're not wrong. And they call it just absolutely useless hate. Bro, it's not useless hate. It's absolute the fucking truth. It's a God's to honest truth that Nikki Bella is borderline okay. She can't fucking wrestle. She is absolutely trash in ring, okay? If that fucking match wasn't in Paris, that match would have been booed out of the fucking building. In Chicago, wherever it would be. Nobody would give a fuck about this match, bro. It was sloppy, it was weird, it had a fucking botch. Like, what the fuck are we doing? This she doesn't know how to fucking wrestle in the fucking way she's sold. She doesn't even know how to sell. Bro, how the fuck do you sell? I mean, I want to still use those Alexa Bliss comments that JD used a few years ago, or many years ago, whatever. But bro, you're all looks, and you're no substance. You can't even sell. What the fuck are we doing there? If you can't sell well enough, maybe you can roll up in a fucking position where you get fucked for sure. But I'm not here to discuss that about you. But you can sell. You can't sell, and that's the fucking deal at the end of the day. You can't fucking sell. You don't know how to sell. You are absolutely borderline boring and okay. Your character work was never fucking great. Again, in the words of AJ Lee, talent isn't sexually transmitted. So stop. Every fucker out there is gonna say, "Oh, you're just a hitter, bro." Fuck off. You just fucking didn't hear these points. She's borderline in the ring, okay. She's a pretty face, dude. That's it. There's no substance. She is not a great pro wrestler. She can fucking wrestle. What the fuck do you want to know more about this shit? She can't fucking wrestle. She sucks. Alright, moving on from this. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this over and over again. She was put in a position for Vince because they were not great fucking wrestlers back then, and that was it. And she looked great because she was put because there were no great wrestlers back then. That's it. Bro, she fucking disappeared. You know why she fucking disappeared? Because she knew that she could not even try, if she tries to wrestle Charlotte, at that time, who was the most upcoming star and who was the next top women at that time. If she even tries to wrestle Charlotte, she'll be fucking booed out of the building, first of all, as a babyface. And she won't even be able to put up a great match. Get the fuck out, girl. You ain't it. You never were it. You were just booked under Vince in a way where there were so many other women who were just treated like trash, or how they were being, how they couldn't really wrestle either. They were not even great at wrestling in the first place. You were put in a position where you had to look good, and Vince made you look good. So get the fuck out. Nobody wants you in this company. Get out. Alright, man, I got my points about Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella sucks, absolutely, is just borderline okay. Right, I think we're just a long talking about Nikki Bella, because it is. Gotta make it a fucking point. People don't fucking understand this. We got Roman versus Bronson Reed, which is a fun match. I absolutely think that match was a good match. Yeah, it was. A lot of, obviously, Roman trying to look for just, someone drop, and then Bronson Reed got out, and then they tackled a bit. They fucking headlocks a little bit here and there. Went to the outside, some moves on the fucking, they cleared up all the announce tables. You knew something shit was gonna go down there. And, again, it was a good match. There were a lot of some fun spots. I'm not remembering all of them. I'm gonna do the full review here. Talk about the majority of it. But yeah, so again, it was a good match. And obviously the post-match angle, which let me say again, fuck that, bro. I'm sorry. It is the same old redundant shit again. It's the same old shit. We need to do something different. Roman needs to get right off television. This is what the fuck we do now. Can we not get something different? I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. I don't get it.